Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Big Daddy, and we'll be talking about different things. Today, we are at the Swing Craze Festival in Pescara, Montesilvano, 2024. And as a first thing, I'd like to introduce a book today that will be, I'm sure, very interesting for dancers, and not only for dancers, but for dancers. They can find a lot of things. And it's a book that comes out in 8 volumes. So it's a series, 8 volumes. But you can find the first 5 volumes in a single tome. And the remaining 3 is a single books. All buy them one by one. And the author is Felix Lambert. He's a guy living in Canada. And I'm glad to let Chester Whitmore talk about it, and you will discover why he will talk about this book. Thank you, Chester Whitmore.
Thank you. This book, we always are searching for vernacular jazz dancers, music, in formats of what is the latest thing, what is out there. We want to know. There's other people out there that are doing great research, and Mr. Felix Lambert came up with this book. Okay. And this book consists of all the way going from the 1800s and up all the way up to with the present time. Now this book, like I said, has what, 5 of them in there? 5 books? 5 major books. And it's going to consist. The name of the book is called Watch Your Step: The History of Afro-American Dances from the Past and What's Happening Now. He goes around and research dance people that was on vaudeville, medicine shows, circuit shows, always through minstrel shows, all the way to what we do at Savoy, West Coast, East Coast, all Midwest. And it has incredible pictures, incredible outlines. When you see this book, you're going to be like this glued to it. And you're going to tell the people who created these different styles of steps in it. I met Mr. Lambert. I was in Madrid. And he ran on stage and said, "I got something for you." What? Boom. Here's a book. Bam. I said, "What? You're in it." I said, "How can I be in a book when I don't know what I'm in it?" He said, "No." I said, I took notes from what you did on research. I was doing the lectures. He'd been to 3 or 4 of my lectures in 5-year period and wrote down, went back, did his research, came back, found the pictures, came back, put them back in all together, got this. This is, I would say, a must to have in your library. If you're into jazz dance, as far as vernacular, it's a must to have. Again, this is the first of the first 5 of the series. He's on, I think he's on chapter 12 now. This child. But you know, a complete series will be 20 volumes, all the way up. And the last 3 volumes will be people that he goes, what's happening with jazz dance is what's happening today in the world of vernacular jazz dance. So I'm glad he got in contact with you. I said, don't be surprised that some of you guys are the people that has institutions like Marcus and Paulette. He probably will be knocking on your door because he got you? He got you? Okay, good. Okay, yeah. It is a very great book. And now, ladies and gentlemen, can a drum roll, right? Now you too can get this book.
And you start reading it from page 1 to the last page now.
Yes. Speed reading like this. Speed reading. Okay, I got it. But anyhow, you too can get this book. Tonight?
Yes.
Tonight you can get this book if you enter the Jack and Jill dance contest. Yes, you get one of these if you're going to win the Jack and Jill contest. I would like to see you guys sign up. I want to see you in that ring. I want you to swinging, popping, rapping, doing your thing. Get this book. Fight for the might. Get the knowledge. Get it all now. Here. Okay. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I just wanted to
Oh, you did? Why you lying? Why you can't order it? You could have got it.
Exactly. You can find it on Amazon. You can find
Or
it.
you could have got it at Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
So you can find it on Amazon, either the single tome and the other books. And the cost of each book should be, now you can help me, should be $10 each, the single book. Mm-hmm. So, but if you buy this one, that it's 5 books, you're gonna spend $30 instead of $50. Mm-hmm. So that's even more interesting if, from a certain point of view, economical point of view, if you want. But
That's the same cover?
yeah, it's
Yes, that's it.
Because this one is on Amazon.
is what
€10.
€10, the single book.
I don't know. It's the same cover.
Yeah, the same
Yeah,
cover,
but
the
if
first
it's
one. Yep.
10, it would be the small version of that.
Okay. Yes, $10. And the thing is that, as Chester said, is full. It's really full. It's sometimes I would say maybe too many informations.
It's a lot. This
Yeah,
guy, all this guy does is just research, stay up, goes out and he fly places, talk to people who's still around, existing, and getting the notes, getting the photographs. Some of the photographs, I mean, he had to go to not only the Library of Congress, but actual photographs from these people's libraries and try to pull them out.
It comes to my mind the book Jazz Dance, but was written in the 70s. Mm-hmm. So internet was not there. So it's another fundamental book. It was the first one about the dance history as it is. But this way it's really, why? You can find everything. You can go crazy and stay on that book for months. every single page could be a door to open and enter another world. It's really incredible, unbelievable work.
Fantastic stuff.
Okay, now, so I would thank Felix Lambert and for this book. Luckily, there is someone who keep on searching and
pulling more information.
Yeah, yes, collect information for the love of jazz, swing dancing, and that's very, very important. Now, I would like to, before having the movie Queen of Swing, how many of you have seen the movie Queen of Swing about Norma Miller? All right. Okay. So the movie's been made by John Biffar of the Dreamtime Entertainment, sorry. And it's 1 hour, 56 minutes. And there is the history, almost the full history of Norma Miller, but there is also the history, the full history from the 20s on of the States, the United States. So it's not just about Norma. You will find a lot of things and it's another fundamental thing to understand the world that we love, the world of swing, the world of jazz. So before the documentary, I would like to spend a few minutes talking about the relevance, historical relevance of Miss Norma Miller. As far as we know, and we are really thankful to him, we are all here dancing, most of us, I think. As Europeans, of course, for sure. Here for dancing, thanks to who brought the dance in Europe? The Lindy Hope. Who came to explain us that word? Frankie Manning. Okay, don't be shy. You can tell it. Frankie Manning, exactly. So, Frankie Manning is very fundamental. Otherwise, it would be very difficult I think, for us in Europe. No? But this is another story. We can have another panel about this. And the thing is that there is Norma Miller, that, as you know, was part of the widest Lindy Hoppers, so we know the history until 1941, when everything ended. Musicians and jazz dancers, Lindy Hop dancers, there was the draft, they were all young kids. So the draft for the Second World War, so the best went to war. And as Norma Miller said in the book, Swinging at Savoy, everything changed. Everything changed forever. And Norma, for example, she decided to quit the widest Lindy Hoppers, and she said to Herbert White, I quit. When she got back from Brazil, where she remained 6 months due to the war, she got back, and after a while she said, I quit because I want to follow my inspiration. I just want to find my way. And since then, she never stopped. She never stopped. She never. She kept on moving. She kept on bringing jazz dancing to all over the world. Because in the 50s, she founded the Norma Miller.
It was Norma Miller Dancers.
Norma Miller Dancers, thank you.
Then it was the Jazzmen.
The Jazzmen in the 60s then, because she was forced to reduce the group. But there were Norma Miller Dancers in the 50s, and in the 50s she's been touring the world. I can tell you, there was, for example, the Cotton Club Review, 56, 57, 58, 59, with Cab Calloway and many other artists, and Norma Miller dancers are there. Every advertisement you can find about it, I can show you some. You find Norma Miller dancers with Cab Calloway, Cotton Club. And she was dancing, she was performing. Her act was not just jazz dancing, it was Lindy Hop, it was her culture, it was everything. She was singing as well. And from there we go to the last part of her life, when she got back on stage with the Billy Brass Swing Orchestra, singing at 97, 98, singing, and with a power that was really impressive. Really impressive. Yeah. And so she kept doing this all of her life. While, for example, other people quit dancing because, for many reasons, for living or for whatever else could be, she was there. She was always there. We know that in the 50s, in the 60s, there were Mamalu Park dancers, for example. There were Sonny Allen with his Rockets. Yes. They were moving. There were some people moving. Though they were a generation that came after Norma's. Okay, they came later. This is people that approached the Savoy Ballroom in the 40s, in the mid-40s. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
Okay.
They'd been taper off of there was the Congaroos that came out during near the wartime. They tried to keep it going. The main thing about the swing era and the Whitey's Lindy Hoppers are when a lot of dancers in the entertainment field, music changed, the area changed. If that's all you know what to do, is that's what you did. But some people carried on their goal. Okay, Norma knew exactly what she wanted to do. Even at the age of 12, she knew exactly when she heard the music and learned how to do certain things. We talk about Lindy Hop. That's one area what Norma did, but it was a lot more bigger than just Lindy Hop. It was a entertainment field that she was into. She was into understanding the whole medium of the music, of jazz music, and other stuff. Now, a lot of people know Norma as just a swing dancer. No, she was not that. She learned elements of showmanship, showbiz from her teacher. And a lot of people do not know. Do you know who Norma's teacher would be? The creator of the Shim Sham. There would have been Leonard Reed. Leonard Reed was the main one that got Norma started, you know. And she almost got Leonard Reed fired, too. She was dancing, and he saw her in the streets, and he fired a chorus girl, and he said, I can take any one of these girls out here. Can anyone do a time step? Can do it. She hopped up and did a time step. And he said, you're in. He snatched her in and rehearsed, and he drilled her to death. She learned the whole essence of showmanship, showbiz, the different people. She danced so much. She was looking at, at that time, Josephine Baker was going back and forth. And she got the job done, and it was going to travel. But I think the Board of Education came in and shut the show down because she was too young. She lied about her age. And Leonard almost got fired. So he was mad at her. He all said, but she kept carrying on. Of course, she did the Lindy Hop and carried on. By watching showmanship, the showbiz, the world of showmanship, jazz, carried all through, looking at all the chorus lines and stuff like that. When swing after the 40s went down, again, most dancers said, what do? We changed with the times, with the music. Some of them did change to it. Some of it got bebop. Some of the music got too wild. Some of the dancers just gave up. I don't want to dance to that. But she just did not. She became a great writer, and she went into, like I said, I'll make my own dance group. Their dance group, she learned how to do segues and how to put shows together and travel. Again, 50s. In the 50s, she went into television, 50s and 60s, went into television. And at that time, she went with Fox Production. At that time, that was the time after I was 76. That's when I met her the first time, working on a set. And Fox Production was where all comedians would be. One of the best comedians you know, and she was right in the middle of all of those comedians. Yes, she wrote the book, the Encyclopedia of Black Humor. That book. Now, it might say Red Fox on the book. No, he stole it from her. I'm not going to lie. He stole it. Norma put that book together because she knew this book came out in what year?
77.
77. The book consists of comedians from 77, 60s, 50s, 40s, because she was around. She hung out with, what's her name? Oh, Olivette Miller. Olivette Miller was a harpist, black harpist. She was the daughter of Florence Mills and all of those guys way back when comedy was all about. So she learned every aspect of the comedy and how to come on and out. And of course, Red Fox was the biggest thing at that time. And he grabbed her, and she was in that bunch. And that bunch was Bill Cosby, Steve Martin, John Belushi, all of these great people. So jazz was carrying on through these people at the same time. And so until it get, of course, when it hits right now, the resurgence of swing from the 80s, and she wrote the book, Swinging at the Savoy. That book, that is one book you definitely should get. These are books that, if you're going to know about the dance, get these books. But again, it's good because it tells you their point of view, what they went through, who they went through, and how it's different.
Exactly.
And Frankie has his book and he tells his story of what he's saying. But even though they are in the same parallel time, this is.
But she wrote that book, Swinging at the Savoy, 11 years. I mean, the book was out, printed 11 years before Frankie's.
Yes.
So
What's
it's a
what's
huge
the
gap.
name?
It's a huge gap.
Doris?
And the memory is more fresh.
The author is, what's the author's name? Huh? Yeah, I think it's. Mhm. Yeah.
And
And so
she didn't stop. So this was the first book ever about Lindy Hope, as far as I know.
yeah, because she
and
wanted
everything was there.
to take notion because showbiz was going in a different direction. You know, when soul was happening in the '60s, the disco was happening in the '70s, but there was still an element of jazz swing. It went a different route, but it was still there. A lot of people talk about swing and tap. Okay, oh, it was dead. It was dead. No, it was not dead. It was, we call it laying dormant, meaning that it was still going on in different places. If you didn't know where to go, you would never see the swing dancers. You would never see these different people that are dancing or tap dancing and stuff.
So, in the 50s, she had Norma Miller dance, you've seen pictures before. Then the Jazzmen in the 60s. And then Red Fox, she went to act like a comedian. And then after that, she began writing books. The Encyclopedia of Black Humor. But then she went back to the Savoy with a book, Swinging in Savoy. In 2009, she wrote Swing Baby Swing. That's another fundamental book to understand the gap that is represented by the 50s and the 60s and the Lindy Hop. So, and that's another important book that you can find here at the festival.
Mm-hmm.
That's the edition we made together with Norma Miller, with new pictures, and with the last chapter, we added the last chapter because the original one was with 9 chapters written by Norma. So we put a lot of notes for those who are not part of this work to understand names, who are the names of the person that she mentioned. And pictures, and the last chapter about her last 5 years of her life here in Italy, touring with the band on stage. So that's what Norma wanted to do, and we did it. And you can find it here at the festival, at the Swing Craze Festival. And then, but she wrote even other books, like this one, Me and John Biffar. John Biffar is the one I said before. We made a documentary with her, and he said, "I'm gonna make you see in the documentary. I will make you a star." When he met Norma Miller the first time, and you know what she replied?
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. He ain't make no star. But he did. He did. He kept his word. He moved her. She did 3 movies. Santiago, what's it? It was an island movie.
Captiva Island.
Yeah, with Bill Cobb.
With Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those great. And then went into Queen of Swing.
Al Cobbs.
Huh? Okay, he passed away this year.
Yeah, he passed, yes, exactly,
year, yeah.
unfortunately.
And of course, a lot of people, like I said, Bill Cosby and everybody, they say your name, Norma Miller. Everybody go, oh no, not Norma. Everybody knows that's Norma.
Okay, and also there is this book, Stomping at the Savoy, for children. This book was written for children, so it's just the first part of her life. So this is, for example, it's a book made to be shown to the kids in school. That's a very well done book, what I say. And then this is something that happened in 2018. Those 2 guys from Germany, they got in touch with Austria. From Austria. They got in touch with us and they said, hey, we're writing this book about swing food. related to swing food. And we would like to get in touch with Norma because we would like to ask her. And so there is a chapter, I mean, there are a couple of pages and with the receipt of Norma that I guess you could understand, or you know, which is chicken. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
But okay, that was great. Anyway, Norma is even on a.
Just a note, the two people who made the book, they are professional cooks.
Oh
What?
yes, of course, yeah, professional cooks. Yes. I mean, it's not made for fun. It's a serious book.
It's a serious book?
Oh yeah, it's a serious book about swing food. They're cooks. And but then you find Norma Miller on this book that is biography of Count Basie,
Oh, yeah. That helped
because
me.
she's been working with Count Basie. In this biography, you can find Norma twice, named twice
Yeah.
by Count Basie,
Yeah, she was a
or by Buck Clayton.
Yep.
In this other book, Jazz World, Buck Clayton writes something that is more interesting from a certain point of view. That is, the first time we entered the Savoy as a Count Basie orchestra, we saw the Lindy Hoppers dancing and doing all their everything, and Norma Miller was the boss of everyone, of every dancer.
Wow. Took lead.
He named no one else than Norma Miller. Okay? And then you find Norma Miller here.
Class act.
Class Act by Charlie Atkins. And there are 2 pages, even more, where Charlie talks about Norma as a professional teacher and dancer, straight and something unbelievable, a real example for everyone,
Yeah,
he says.
definitely.
And what more? So she kept, in a way or another, the thing is that she kept moving. Okay? She was a dancer, a writer, a choreographer. And then, at the very end, when we met in 2014, we decided to work together with music, live music, recordings. And she said, yes, let's do it. She decided everything. I mean, I'm the leader of my band, but she was the leader, the real leader of the band. Everyone was there waiting for her words. Nothing else. She decided everything. And it was great. It was unbelievable. I feel I've been very lucky to have had this chance to meet Miss Norma Miller. And so there is, I want before the documentary, in a few seconds, I will try to let you understand few words. The Norma told me in the last interviews we had, she decided to say that. She said, we were at the airport. We just finished the Italian tour, the second tour. It was 2018, October. We were in Rome. It was evening. The morning after, Norma had the plane to go back to the States. So she had her last performance with the band ever. And she said, I want you to record something. I want to talk to you about something. Okay. And this is another topic that we can see later on, next events maybe. But there is one small part, a few seconds, that are very interesting. And
Hello, Norm.
okay, let me see if I can get it. And I'll leave you with this.
What?
It's Norma.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not technological, I'm really vintage. So it's not easy for me to deal with this stuff, but I can make a try. Okay, maybe I got it. I try.
Because I introduced jazz and he was not a jazz dancer. And I'm the one that made him come back to show business. And I had to.
That's it. She says, I was a jazz dancer. She was talking about Frankie Manning, the relationship. She said, I was a jazz dancer. He was not. And I'm the one who took back jazz in show business. That was Norma Miller. So you can think about it. I will leave you with these tips. And maybe you will discover by yourself something else. Now I'd like to let you finally enjoy this great documentary by John B. Ford, Queen of Swing.